Good evening. Welcome to the Department Degree Distribution Program of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, IIT Madras, in the 58th convocation of 2021. It is my pleasure to present the report of activities of the department for the past 1 year as the head of the department. The department has a vibrant student body numbering around 750 and faculty numbering 35. The full-time faculty currently consists of 16 professors, 7 associate professors and 12 assistant professors. The current faculty include 2 fellows of IEEE, 3 fellows of Indian National Academy of Engineers, 1 fellow of Indian National Science Academy, 1 J.C. Bose fellow and 1 fellow of Computer Society of India. The current faculty also include 1 recipient of the Government of India Swarna Jayanti Award, 2 recipients of the Srimati Marti Annapurna Gurnath Award for Excellence in Teaching, 1 recipient of the Institute Research and Development Mid-Career Award and 5 recipients of the Young Faculty Recognition Award. The current faculty also include 2 institute chairs. The department has Professor Mriganka Sur from MIT USA and Professor Partha P. Mitra from Cold Spring Harbor Laboratory USA as distinguished chair professors in computational brain research instituted by an alumnus, Mr. Chris Gopalakrishnan, a founder of Infosys. The department has Professor David Peleg from Weizmann Institute of Science, Israel, and Professor Vyas Shekhar from CMU, USA, as visiting chair professors instituted by 2 alumni, Venki Harinarayan and Anand Rajaraman. In the past 1 year, 2 faculty members, Dr. Aishwarya T. and Dr. Chandrasekhar Lakshminarayan, joined the department as assistant professors. The department presently offers BTech program, dual degree BTech MTech program, MTech, MS, PhD, dual MTech PhD and dual MS PhD degree programs. There are about 320 BTech students, 25 dual degree BTech MTech students, 150 MTech students, 80 MS students and 90 PhD students. The department also offers the web-based MTech in Computer Science and Engineering with specialization in information security for employees of companies with about 25 students admitted per year. The total number of graduates receiving these degrees this year is 176. The number of graduates in the different programs is as follows: 3 dual degree MS PhD graduates, 8 PhD graduates, 31 MS graduates, 49 MTech graduates, 23 web-based MTech graduates, 2 dual degree BTech Honors MTech graduates, 13 dual degree BTech MTech graduates, 1 BTech Honors graduate and 46 BTech graduates. The first batch students of web-based MTech program in information security are graduating this year. Out of about 150 PhDs graduated from the department till 2019, 97 of them are in Indian academia, 26 in Indian industries, 19 in academia abroad and 7 in industries abroad. Several alumni of the department hold important positions in the academia and industry worldwide. According to a Brown University study report in May 2014, IIT Madras was the 5th largest contributor of faculty members to the computer science programs in US universities including MIT, Stanford and Yale. The faculty and research scholars of the department are actively engaged in research activities in several areas of current research topics in computer science and engineering. During the calendar year 2020, 1 book and 130 research papers have been published. These include 50 in international journals and 80 in international conferences. The papers published in international conferences include several papers published in Core, Australasia, A-Star and A-rated conferences. During the past 1 year, the faculty and students of the department have won the following awards for their research papers: Distinguished Paper Award at PADL 2021 by Sumit Padia and Dr. Kse Iitm, Best Paper Award at IEEE Host 2020 by Muhammad Arsat, Vinod Ganeshan, Rahul Bodduna and Dr. Chester Rabiro, Best Application Paper Award at PAKDD 2021 by Jeshuran Chelladurai, Sudarshan Santiyappan and Dr. B. Ravindran, Best Industrial Track Paper Honorable Mention at COTS COMED 2021 by Vaishnavi Muralidharan, Dr. Nandan Sudarshanam and Dr. B. Ravindran. During the financial year of 2020-2021, the faculty of the department have been involved as principal investigators or co-principal investigators for 20 ongoing sponsored research projects with a total budget of rupees 27.54 crores. During this period, 7 new sponsored research projects with a total budget of rupees 11.46 crores have been sanctioned. The major sponsored research projects that have been newly sanctioned are as follows. National Mission on Interdisciplinary Cyber Physical Systems by Department of Science and Technology with a budget of rupees 8 crores and with Dr. V. Kamakoti as principal investigator. Speech-to-speech machine translation pilot system by Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor with a budget of rupees 1.8 crores and with Dr. Cse Iitm and Dr. S. Umesh from Department of Electrical Engineering as principal investigators. Automatic speech recognition in Indian English, Tamil, Hindi and text-to-speech synthesis for conversational speech in Indian languages by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology with a budget of rupees 92 lakhs and with Dr. Cse Iitm and Dr. S. Umesh from Department of Electrical Engineering as principal investigators. During the financial year of 2021, the faculty of the department have been involved as principal investigators or co-principal investigators for 20 ongoing consultancy projects with a total budget of rupees 34.47 crores. During this period, 10 new consultancy projects with a total budget of rupees 2.46 crores have been sanctioned. The major consultancy projects that have been newly sanctioned are as follows. Orchestration of network slicing in 5G networks based on SDN NFV concepts, design and implementation by VMware with a budget of rupees 76.54 lakhs and with Dr. Krishnamurthy Sivalingam as principal investigator. Indian Sign Language Recognition by Microsoft Corporation India Private Limited with a budget of rupees 62.11 lakhs and with Dr. Dr.Shivkumar and Dr. Mitesh Kapra as principal investigators. Operating system vulnerability assessment and open source information coalition for security of systems and applications by Ministry of Defence with a budget of rupees 49.84 lakhs and with Dr. N.S. Narayan Swamy and Dr. Chester Rabiro as principal investigators. The faculty of the department have been involved in organization of conferences, workshops and short-term courses during the past 1 year. Dr. Venkatakrishna Nandiwada organized the AICTE and SCRB sponsored short-term course on compiler design. Dr. Rupesh Nasre organized 3 online courses and 4 online workshops. He also organized 3 industrial lecture series from Qualcomm, ARM and KLA. Dr. Arun Rajkumar organized the RBCDES AI first conference on deployable AI and RBCDES AI boot camp on explainable AI. Dr. B. Ravindran was the co-organizer of the workshop on data ethics, algorithmic accountability and digital inequality in the Global South at the ACM WebSci Conference 2021, the AI for Public Health workshop at ICLR 2021, the Graphs and More Complex Structures for Learning and Reasoning GCLR workshop at AAAI 2021. Dr. B. Ravindran visited the USA in August 2021 to interact with various alumni groups in USA and gave a talk at University of California, Berkeley. The faculty of the department have been engaged in editorial activities of international journals and review activities of international conferences. Dr. B. Ravindran is a member of the editorial board of the Machine Learning Journal and the ACM Transactions on Intelligent Systems and Technology. He is also an associate editor of the Journal of Artificial Intelligence Research, an academic editor of PLOS One Journal and an associate editor of the Journal on Machine Learning and Artificial Intelligence, Frontiers in Big Data and AI. Dr. Hemamurthy is an associate editor of IEEE ACM Transactions on Audio, Speech and Language Processing. Dr. Krishna Sivalingam is a member of the editorial board of IEEE Networking Letters. Dr. John Augustine is an associate editor of Journal of Parallel and Distributed Computing. Dr. K.C. Krishnan is a guest editor for the special issue of the Journal of Functional Programming on Effect Handlers. Dr. B. Ravindran was the tutorial co-chair for AAAI 2021 and PAKDD 2021 and the chair of steering committee for CORDS COMAD 2019-2021. Dr. John Augustine is the co-chair of program committee for ICDCN 2022. Many of our faculty have been the members of the programming committees of several prestigious international conferences held during the past 1 year. The faculty of the department have been involved in developing technological solutions for social problems. Dr. B. Ravindran worked with Man, a non-profit based organization in India, to further the use of call based information programs by early on identifying women who might not engage on these programs that are proven to affect health parameters positively. Robust deep learning based models to predict short term and long term dropout risk from call logs and beneficiaries demographic information have been built. In the year 2019, Mr. Balavamsi Tatavarthi, a dual degree student of 2005 batch, and his family instituted the Professor B. Yagnaran Award for excellence in research and teaching in computer science and engineering. Dr. Shweta Agarwal and Dr. John Augustine received this award for the year 2021. A new 4-floor building with modern technology, Subramanian Shankar block, that will accommodate 40 faculty office rooms and 25 research laboratories of the department was inaugurated on 17th September 2021. The building was constructed with a generous financial support from Mr. Subramanian Shankar, a distinguished alumnus of IIT Madras. The academic year 2020-2021 has been highly rewarding in many ways. The department will strive to grow further and reach higher levels of accomplishment in the coming years. Thank you. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce the chief guest of the D3P program today. Dr. Shivkumar Kalyanaraman received his B.Tech degree in Computer Science and Engineering from IIT Madras in 1993. He received his MS and PhD degrees in Computer and Information Sciences from the Ohio State University, USA in 1994 and 1997 respectively. He also received the Executive MBA degree from Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, USA in 2005. Dr. Shivkumar has a very rich experience in academia as well as in industry. As a faculty at the Department of Electrical, Computer and Systems Engineering at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, USA from 1997 to 2008, he made foundational contributions to network traffic management. While holding industry positions at IBM, GE and Microsoft from 2008, he contributed to sustainable development in emerging markets. Currently, Dr. Shivkumar serves as Chief Technical Officer, Energy and Mobility, Microsoft R&D India for Azure Global since 2015. Prior to that, he held high positions in different multinational companies. He was Executive General Manager, General Electric Power Conversion. Dr. Shivkumar was selected by MIT's Technology Review magazine in 1999 as one of the top 100 young innovators for the new millennium. He served as the TPC co-chair of IEEE Infocom 2008 and as the general co-chair of ACM SIGCOM 2010. He served on the editorial board of IEEE ACM Transactions of Networking. He is a distinguished alumnus awardee of IIT Madras, fellow of the IEEE, fellow of the Indian National Academy of Engineering and the ACM distinguished scientist. Dr. Shivkumar Kalyanaraman is also the author of a popular Carnatic music education website. It is my pleasure to invite Dr. Shivkumar Kalyanaraman to deliver his speech.
Dear IITM class of 2021, it is a unique privilege for me to address you on the day of your graduation and degree distribution. Thanks a lot to the Institute Director, Professor Bhaskar Ramamurthy, and Department Chair, Professor Chandrasekhar, for your kind invitation. A big shout out to my friends on the faculty, including former colleagues and professors from my time. Thanks a lot to your colleagues Lakshmi, Madhura and Pranav from your graduating batch for speaking with me to tell me about student life as you experienced it. Firstly, congratulations to all the 176 graduates from the various branches, from the various batches, B.Tech, M.Tech, MS, PhD and various dual degrees and web-based degrees. The batch of IIT Madras Computer Science is a special one to wear proudly. It opens doors, it helps you build networks, boosts your career in various ways and professional relationships over multiple years. I still benefit from it today. I'm also very happy to read the annual computer science report and the progress the department is making across various fronts, across research, across industry collaborations, engagement in nation building, and entrepreneurial ventures. Hearty congratulations to the faculty, staff, and others associated with building the institution and the department. Dear fellow students, I am a bit of a boomer, having been in your shoes in 1993, before many of you were born, I guess. So I wondered what I could share with you that will be relevant. I have landed on 3 thoughts that hopefully is helpful. First, sharing my journey as a computer science graduate across these 28 years or so, and then the applied nature of computer science that is dominating the discourse today into the fabric of society. And then my hopes for your fearless generation, if that's helpful. First, my journey. I was part of the 89 to 93 batch of computer science, and we had about 22 BTech CS graduates that year. In my final year, I was in the networking lab, and I had one of the first few email IDs that made me very popular with the rest of my batch to communicate with a lot of external universities and others. So now email is ubiquitous, everybody has it, and so on, and we have it in our mobile phones. The final semester we had was a combination of night outs, Taram's chai, and lively debates in the Alakananda hostel, not about our projects, but about Mahabharata, which was a humanities course that several of us took that year. It was something to remember. The last year I also contested in student elections, and as part of the elections I was a hostel affairs secretary and earned the nickname of Hass. And I don't know if I fulfilled many of the promises I made then, but it was a great experience nevertheless. After graduating, the trade-offs in our time were skewed towards going abroad. So many of us ended up going for higher studies. And half of us did PhDs, 6 of us ended up in academia, an equal number into entrepreneurship, and many in various leadership technical positions in the companies that you probably heard of. My career personally has been one of applied computer science and connecting the dots across disciplines. I worked on computer networking in the golden age of the internet after 1993 and graduated with a PhD in 1997. And I went on to be a professor in electrical computers and systems engineering department. And then subsequently moved back to India after 10 years and worked in various applied disciplines, which forced me to learn a lot. So that's what I want to talk about. And alongside, as a hobby, I built a web page on Carnatic music, which has probably touched a lot more people than my professional work. It also taught me that the value of simplicity. It turns out that a simple compilation of content presented in a Web 1.0 style can be a lot more than all the interesting code that I wrote through my entire career. So what matters is the value that we make as computer scientists in society, and even your hobbies can be a huge source of value. In 1997, I was a young faculty member in an electrical department, but I realized that I was a faculty in an electrical engineering department, but without understanding of fundamentals of electrical engineering. Which made me learn everything from Fourier and Laplace transforms and control theory, signal processing, microelectronics, and power systems that helped me collaborate with my colleagues in this department. So this my colleagues were very tolerant of my innocence in these fields. But what was important was it forced me to learn. It forced me to learn again, not just computer science, but all these other disciplines. I also tried my hand at entrepreneurship during the bubble era, and quickly it failed and had a lot of scars too. And then I learned more about business, and everything that I did not know then. So after 2007, I moved back to India and worked in networking and wireless for some time. But more interestingly, I moved towards applied computer science, applied in what IBM then called Smarter Planet. This helped me. It opened my eyes to a lot of new things. Especially, I was able to work in real-world contexts. I visited rainforests in Brunei. I visited palm oil and sugarcane plantations and other plantations in India, Indonesia, Thailand, and mining operations in Australia. Learned about the nature of power cuts in India, as well as how to emulate battery-like behavior using cloud technologies in renewable farms. I learned a lot about these disciplines from first principles, from YouTube and Coursera and things like that. And the purpose of this learning was to be able to apply computer science in these various disciplines, in these various areas, as well as to have a vocabulary to talk to colleagues and build a narrative of how CS and digitization will make a difference. In short, my journey has convinced me that more than our 25 years, the next 25 years of computer science will be one where CS is going to be an increasingly applied field. While there'll be continued depth of fundamental innovation, a lot of applied innovation will define the next 25 years. 10 years back, in 2011, Mark Andreessen wrote an influential blog on why software is eating the world. Now it's evident that software not just eating the world but gobbling up the world, especially with the kind of software that's enabled by data, which we call AI. In the last 25 years, there's been amazing advances in computer science, whether in networking, cloud computing, the rebirth of AI/ML, and so on. But the narrative is increasingly shifting towards computer science permeating the world in all aspects of society. And this is great, and we should welcome it. Even if you look at enterprise IT, the emphasis has shifted from ERP or backend IT systems towards digitization and cloud and AI, IoT applied to the front end of business and transforming business using digital platforms. Even a casual observer can speculate that in the next 25 years, there is going to be an increasing permeation of computer science, especially in areas of healthcare, physical health, mental health, combating climate change areas I work in, robotics and autonomous systems, space technology, tourism, and the metaverse. So CS is going to play an increasing role in societal innovation in emerging markets to lift more people out of poverty and broadening equal access to opportunity. You all will be huge pioneers and entrepreneurs in these areas. A huge challenge for computer science is going to give ordinary humans true control of their lives beyond solving specific problems, both physical and mental, and in their quest for happiness, health, wealth, and happiness. I've always found myself uncomfortable in learning non-CS disciplines, but it was a necessity in my time. But I find that as CS becomes a lot more applied, you will find this increasingly pervasive, and you should welcome the opportunity, because you will not only learn and have a lifelong of learning, but you will broaden the applicability of computer science in far more areas. Think of it in entrepreneurial terms as broadening the TAM, or target addressable market, for computer science. So thirdly, my hopes from your generation. I view your generation as a fearless generation. While I don't want to paint any generation in a broad brush, it is important to recognize that we are all creatures in a social and economic context, and standing on the shoulders of prior generations such as ours. When I look up from my generation and look up to you, I see a fearless generation. As you apply your fearlessness, what I can share with you is some philosophy of how to look at life and look at the choices you will make. One of the interesting metaphors that I have found useful is to think about life as a series of bets. There's a very nice book by Annie Duke called Thinking in Bets, which presents a view of thinking of life like a sequence of poker bets. And the idea is that you can think of bets of life as a sequence of bets that you can take and how to bet each time. So your skill, your knowledge, everything that you've learned in life, your relationships and so on, are all helping you choose what to make a bet on and how to make a good bet. Okay, a good bet in terms of the probabilities of the outcomes and then what outcomes you're seeking after. You can make good bets or you can make bad bets. The only thing that you can control is what bets to make, as well as how many bets to make, as well as whether these bets are good or bad. The outcome of each bet is a combination of chance and your skill. You can make a good bet and get a bad outcome, or you can make a bad bet and get a good outcome, all based on the underlying probabilities and how it turns out. So why is this important? It's important to avoid getting fooled by randomness and instead have a feeling of equanimity, because the outcomes are something you don't control, and a humility to learn from the outcomes, a humility to learn equally from success and from failure. What matters is learning. What matters is staying in the game, making a sequence of bets, and learning how to make better and better bets over the future. And fold all your learning into the future of bets that you make. Remember that the outcomes can be skewed. A large fraction of the returns over the entire sequence can come from a few bets. But that does not negate the value of continuing to be on the game and continuing to make bets. Right? This should help you build humility about your skill and the role of chance in your life, and the role of the fact that others help you towards your outcomes. Your skill is to be positioned for luck. Your skill is to work with others and carry your team towards potential outcomes, but the outcomes themselves are probabilistic. Right? You are building intellectual capital, you're building social capital, and you're making bets, right? And that's your role in life, right? And the outcomes are not necessarily in your control all the time. That said, India today has the combination of a growing local market, the deepening pool of technology, large talent pools of which you are a huge part of. You're going to be leaders. There's a huge amount of risk capital available today that was not available in the last 20-25 years. And there is a combination of markets, combination of talent makes it a huge opportunity for you today. But while you build this economic value, apply computer science, have a clarity of purpose, develop equanimity, learn from your successes and failures as bets, as I talked about, but don't hold back. Your special characteristic is that you can be fearless. You don't have some of the challenges we faced, but at the same time you have new opportunities that you can take advantage of. The opportunity to apply and grow the impact of computer science, have a larger TAM, and the transformation of the world, over 9 billion people with the full potential of computer science, is endless. Go chase your favorite passion and make the world a fantastic place to live in and a happier place in the product. At the same time, be sure to give back to society, and each of us gives back in our own way. For me, it was about creating the music website and giving back. Those who have money can give back in terms of money. Any form of capital is what you can share with the entire world. And give back to those who will be who will look at you as the boomers of your time, right? So by the time you get to where I am today, they will view you as boomers. Once again, thanks to the Computer Science Department and IIT Madras for all the fantastic memories and the opportunity to speak to all of you. Wish you all the very best. Thanks. Bye.
It's my pleasure to present the graduates of this year. Doctor of Philosophy, PhD, Sumati S, Anix Ambaya, Ashish Mishra, Vikram Singh, Manas Jyoti Kashyap, Shovik Mandal, Vipin NS, Prabhu T. Dual degree MS and PhD, Nauman Abdul Razak Dawaltabad, Somesh Singh, Arinjita Pal. Master of Science, MS by Research, Saptakata, Sugandha Tiwari, Ajay Kumar Pandey, Preeta Ganguly, Sagar Bisoi, Pawandeep Singh, Anju Leela Thomas, Arasu Arun, Shashank Srivastava, Bodduna Rahul, Anubha Pandey, Abhishek Bhattacharjee, Joe Augustine, Muhammad Arsad KF, Sayanti Pardhan, Himanshu Kushwaha, Nishanka Garg, Nagender VSS, Sandeep Narayan P, Ankit Kumar Yadav, Methani Nitesh Suresh Lal, R. Janani, Siddharth Agarwal, Himanshu Gupta, Shashank Shekhar Dubey, Bharat Ashok, Madhura Pandey, Deepak Maurya, Divyanshu Kakwani, Kakadia Ashutosh Dilip Bhai, Padiyar Sumit Kishore Kumar. Master of Technology M.Tech Akshay M. Pote, Kamal Kishore, Amrinder Singh, Rahul Solanki, Surinder Singh Kalalia, Sweetlin P, Tinsy Thomas C, Akash Misra, Anni Marandi, Anshul Farkya, Gupta Ashish Rajkumar, Ashwini Kumar, Ashwini S. Tagadar, Atul M.A., B. Krishnanjali, Bettu Sai Sampath, Bikash Kumar Behra, Dodia Keval, Yalavarti Gopi Krishna, Hari Krishnan E.A., Panchal Harsh Bikhabai, Paharkar Hemant Srihari, Yellapu Janakiram, Kapil Bagre, Jeevan Karan Prafulbai, Dholakia Keval Mahendra Rekha, Kondeti Naveen Satyasai Muralidhar, Mallepalli Himasagar, Muhammad Shadan Karim, Mrunal Dharmaraj Khandagale, Nalla Mrunalni, Nitin John Titus, Palacharla Sri Vinod, Pavan Kumar Sharma, Prashant Singh, Priya Jain, Pulidindi Venkata Sai Kumar, Rajat Soni, Rochak Barapatre, Sanket Nima, Sarat Chandra Bussa, Shashank Annavarapu, Shanu Kumar, Shivani Baranwal, Srinidhi Umesh Bajpai, Shubham Shukla, Sonu Kuswaha, Vishnu Prakash Gupta, Wahid Guljar Bhatt. Web-based M.Tech program, Shivalingam P, Karthik Alagar J, Subburaj N, Manoj Prabhakar D, Disha Das, Arun A.M, Haran A, S. Prem Kumar, Prakash Tiwari, Basant Kumar, Swapnil Kiran Rao Pimparkar, Pavan Kumar Karikipati, Batte Pavan Suresh, Jammi Sanjana, Jatin Sekhar R, Ananya Bharat, Boga Hariprasad, Anil Kumar Devpura, Badrinath D, Arun Pritam M, Parth Sa, Venkatesh Ravipati, Keshav Gupta M. Dual degree B.Tech and M.Tech honors, Ayalur Ved Puriswar Lakshmi or Sai Harshini. Dual degree B.Tech and M.Tech, Anuj Fulia, Vempati Narasimha Sai, Chipurupalli Shai Kaushal, Panga Lahari, Riyali Gayatri, E. Santosh Kumar, Karthik Raja M.V, Muhammad Abdul Majid Amin, Navodita Sharma, Nipam Basumatari, Raghav Nauharia, Julakanti Krishna Kishore, Gadikar Pranav Umesh. Bachelor of Technology B.Tech honors, Arjun Bharat. Bachelor of Technology B.Tech, Bukke Sai Jayant, D. Akash Jayakar, Mulle Venkat Manohar Reddy, Soham Vijay Dikshit, Abhishek Alada Halli, Anirudh Kaushik Shiv Puja, Anurag Sharma, Srinivas Kumar, 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 S Anuboina Pragya, Arabi Subhash, Avvari Sai SSV Bharadwaj, Bhupati Narasimharao, Bolla Venkata Pavan, Dantala Nagasai Ram, Dhanekula Varun Teja, Duvu Mohana Sai Krishna, K. Sampreet Prem, Kota Lalitaditya, Kotagiri Venkat Nikhil, Lekkala Tarun Kumar, Madhu Sandeep, Mal Reddy Vamshidhar Reddy, MVSN Praneeth, Akash NA, Pachipulusu Jaitesh, Pinnapu Reddy Dheeraj Reddy, Pranav Ramakrishnan, Ragul T, Vashodia Rohan Jagdish, Samuel Jaiseelan, Sukameti Siddharth Reddy, V. Sriram, Vatyavat Sumant Naik, Ratlavat Kiran Kumar, Velavali Venkata Shanmukha Sai Maunik, A. Kaushik, Abdul Muiz, Allada Praharsh, Allada Prasanna Sai Babu, Allumalla Ravikiran, Ambati Shashidhar, Mrudul Kumar Wahane, Salevamula Nitin Prakash, Singal Rajat Vikas, Oggu Vamshi, Vamsi Krishna Valluru, Vimarsh Satya, Achyut Prakash. I congratulate all the graduating students of the year 2021 and wish them all the best in their careers and lives. Now, it's my pleasure to present the winners of the prizes and awards for the year 2021. V. Sriram, B. Ravichandran Memorial Prize to the BTech student with the best academic record in computer science and engineering. E. Santosh Kumar Alumni Association Prize with the best academic record to the dual degree BTech and MTech student in computer science and engineering. Nitin John Titus CMC Prize to the MTech student with the best academic record in computer science and engineering. E. Santosh Kumar Sri V. Srinivasan Memorial Prize with the best academic record in the dual degree BTech and MTech. Ujjal Kumar Datta IBM Best Thesis Award to the scholar for the best PhD project work in computer science. Pratip Bhattacharji and Bhavsar Nerav Narhari Bai, Biswajit Sain Endowment Prize joint winners, presented to the scholar for the best MS thesis in computer science and engineering in interdisciplinary areas of research. Atul MA, Professor H.N. Mahabala Endowment Prize to the MTech student with the best project in computer science and engineering. Gadikar Pranav Umesh and Ayalur Ved Purishwar Lakshmi Ravi Prize joint winners to the students for the best dual degree project in computer science and engineering. E. Santosh Kumar Motorola Prize to the best all round BTech dual degree student among computer science and engineering and electrical engineering. My congratulations to all the winners of the prizes and awards for the year 2021 and I wish them all the best. Thank you. We can see you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I am not too used to WebEx, that is why. So yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you, sir, for giving the opportunity to. And it's a wonderful feeling to have been part of this convocation, and it feels like I'm in the department once again, and bringing back some old memories. And it's also so great to see so many people receiving their degrees and their awards. And then, I mean, two or three phases from undergrad programs, I was like TA for them at one point of time. I have met them in person when they were new joinees in IITM, and it's so great to see them getting awards here. This shows like that irrespective of what background you come from and how you enter IITM, like it nurtures you into some really successful people, and like I mean brings out the best, the potential from themselves. And and in a significant I mean contribution that has helped me in achieving my dreams and my degree is because of the environment that has been provided in IITM, especially in computer science department, and like so many wonderful professors there. And the best thing I like about them is the humility in each and everyone present in the department, and like it makes you, in addition to being a good professional, it also brings the best version of the human being within you. So that's one thing I would like to acknowledge. And definitely what I would say is a important a thing that plays an important role is the kind of environment with respect to the pressure. Like it makes you work hard, and like each and everyone around you is like working so hard, and you get motivated. Like whether you are doing an undergrad program or coursework or a research, or you are targeting some publication. So that's very encouraging, and I'd like to thank each one of that I have met in person, and for that contributed to the wonderful stay during my time in IIT. And definitely Chandra sir, who was my supervisor, I won't be enough. And all the doctoral committee members and all the professors that I have taken courses have provided a unique way of presenting the material. Each course is unique in some or the other way. So, I mean, the rigorous treatment that you get in this coursework in a way actually also reflects in your research also. So yeah, thank you everyone. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you, Ujjwal. Next, we'll have Nitin John Titus, recipient of the CMC Prize for the Best MTech project. Sorry, Best Academic Record in MTech.
Hi, sir. Can you see me?
Yeah, we can see and hear you.
Yes.
He's quiet.
Yeah. So, good evening, everyone. So, it is a real privilege and honor for me to be receiving this award. Firstly, I would like to thank my parents and my brother who've been my constant support through thick and thin, be it in the IITM journey or even before. And I consider myself lucky to have been taught by some of the best professors in IITM, and their guidance has been truly invaluable. A special mention for my MTP guides, Professor Pratish Kumar and Professor Mitesh Kapra, who constantly mentored and guided us in doing quality research work, even in a virtual environment. I feel that the glue that binds us all together are the friends and family that motivate and encourage us during these difficult times. And for that, I'm so grateful. I wish all the fellow graduates all the best for their future prospects, and congratulate them for this remarkable achievement of graduating from the number one institute in the country. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Nitin. Next, we have Ayalur Ved Purishwar Lakshmi, recipient of the Lakshmi Ravi Prize for joint winner of the Lakshmi Ravi Prize for the Best Dual Degree Project in Computer Science.
Good evening, everyone. I feel very privileged to receive this award. I would like to thank my guide, Chester sir, for giving me the opportunity to work on this project and for giving me his valuable support and guidance throughout the course of this project. And I'm also extremely grateful to all my professors, seniors, fellow classmates, friends, and of course my family for being so encouraging and supportive and motivating me throughout these 5 years. Thank you all.
Thank you, Lakshmi. Couple of other winners are there in the session. They did not confirm their willingness to speak, but if they want to speak now, they can speak now. Pranav Gadikar, do you want to speak?
Hello.
Yeah, please turn your video also.
Sorry, just a second.
If you are in a position to do that. Otherwise, go ahead and speak. Yeah. Yeah, Pranav, okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would like to thank all the faculty members and all the professors with whom I have worked on various research projects, as well as various professors that have taught courses related to systems and deep learning. They have helped me find my interest area that I'm currently working on. And lastly, I would like to thank my family and friends. So they have always motivated me, and so we have worked on various group projects, and they have been a constant source of motivation and support. So I'd like to thank them. And yeah, thank you to the Department of Computer Science for like presenting me with the memories that I'll be cherishing throughout my life. Yeah, and yeah.
Thank you, Pranav. We also have Atul MA here. He is the recipient of Professor H.N. Mahabala Endowment Prize for the Best MTech project. Atul, do you want to speak?
Hello,
Yeah, please go ahead.
can you hear me?
We can hear you. You can also switch on your video so that you get to see
Hello,
if it's fine with you. Yeah, go ahead.
can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, please.
Yeah. So so I'd like to thank everyone, the department, my mentor, Arun Rajkumar sir. He has been a great support throughout the project, and it was great working with him actually. And it came actually quite unexpected, and I was honored to have received this award. And I'd like to thank my parents, my friends for supporting me throughout this project and throughout this entire journey throughout my life. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Atul.
Thank you.
And I think we also have Dr. John Agustin, one of the recipients of the Professor B. Ignan Award for Excellence in Research and Teaching for the year 2021. John, do you want to speak?
Hello.
Hi, John. Yeah, please go ahead.
Hi. So I actually joined for my students. I didn't join for myself. So I'm actually
It's fine still.
out and about, so not in a position to turn on the video.
No issues.
So thank you very much. Of course, first of all, my congratulations to all the graduates. I think they've all done a fantastic job. I'm particularly honored to have been part of Sumati, Bharat, and MTech students, three MTech students, Akash, Wahid, and Sanket. So apart from them, I congratulate all the other students as well. So I'm also thankful to the department for the wonderful environment that they give, both for students and faculty members, to pursue our passions. Great honor to be awarded the prize. So thank you. That's about it.
Thank you, Dr. John. Okay. So now we'll have an interaction with the chief guest, Dr. Shivkumar Kalyanaraman. He is kindly agreed to be available for interacting with the participants of this session. I'm not sure what kind of structure we'll have. Maybe you want to have some opening remarks and also welcome to sing. I'm told
No. No singing and all that. Are you kidding?
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to have some opening remarks so that we?
No. I think I already said what I wanted to say in the thing. But Look, it's a special day for you all. So congratulations to everyone. And I'm sure you'll all achieve great things. And, please do connect with me on LinkedIn if you like to keep in touch. But I'd love to, sort of hear any questions or feedback or other things or any interaction you'd like to have. I know having so many people in a room is not fun or not easy to say, but if you have any interesting questions, I'm happy to answer.
Yeah. I think Professor Ravindran has been kind of associated with you for a long period. Maybe
Yes, hi Ravindran. I know you must have been asking about the singing thing. So, yeah, no, Ravindran and I go a long way. And also, several of my past friends from IBM research, I think Mitesh and others are there in your faculty as well. So,
good. Yeah. Ravi, do you want to say anything? It's difficult to get to know. Okay.
maybe sometimes, I was, the mute is sometimes locked. Maybe you need to unmute people.
Yeah, Ravi, can you unmute all so that whoever wants to speak, they can speak. Just till the check.
So unmute request is given to all the candidates, all the participants, so they can unmute and yeah, we did it, sir. The request we sent to all the participants.
I think Chandra, you're on mute, I think.
We sent a request, sir. They could unmute.
Okay. Okay. I think unmuting has been enabled. Those who want to speak can just unmute themselves and then speak. Okay, maybe I have a question. Maybe this is a question I think you would have answered many times. Which one you enjoy better, academia or industry?
Oh, look, I think I enjoyed both in different ways. There's obviously different pressures in academia and industry. But I had a blast in academia when I was a professor, and yeah, it's quite a transition, to go to the industry, especially after a long stint in academia. So, and I was also moving back to India at that time. So, but look, it's been fun. You're always blessed with different types of colleagues, and you learn a lot from people. You think you know a lot, but you end up learning a lot more from talking and working with people. So, it's really a joy and privilege to work with many different folks. You get surprised every day on what you learn. Yeah. But you have to have a mindset, you cannot expect academia type things in industry and vice versa. So that's the key message, I'd say.
Yeah. And you also worked with IBM, then General Electric, and then Microsoft now, right?
Yeah.
The experience would have been different in each of these, right?
Yeah. Every company has its own culture and stuff like that. Even in at least in IBM, I was in research, so it was more of a research type culture. In General Electric, I was in a business role, so it's you deal with salespeople, business development, marketing, and they have different perspectives and of course different parts of the world. And when I lived in Australia, you have highly multicultural folks that you tend to work with. So I think it's a really joy of working with different kinds of people. I think if you have an open and a growth mindset, you tend to learn a lot. So that's what matters.
Good. Yeah. You can have questions from others.
Yeah, everybody's super silent.
Yeah, Pawan Kumar.
No, can you hear me? This is Srinivas Kumar.
Please go ahead. Yeah.
I just wanted to thank you for coming out to this occasion and interacting. I mean, giving your message to our students. Thank you. And I also want to convey my appreciation for the Carnatic music work that you are doing. It's, I think, great. Thank you, sir.
Thanks. I mean, it's I don't have much of a problem. I just moved from one room to the other to be here, so it's not a big problem for me to show up. I'd have loved to be there in person, but maybe sometime soon.
Actually, I have one question on the music side, actually. So,
yeah, please go ahead.
Don't you think that we, the Carnatic music and the Indian music in general requires appropriate metadata format so that the music systems actually can track many things. So I oftentimes when we listen, we want to see the other credits, like the various artists that go into the ensemble are all not there actually in the metadata. So I mean, I think it's probably, I mean, it's highly semi-structured data, and it's probably, if you can influence the consensus on that, I think it would be very nice. I just want to remark on that.
Then they'll pick up things, right? But initial,
interesting.
Just push off.
Yeah, look, I don't know, when you say metadata, is it for any composition or those sorts of things, or is it for recording some sort?
Yeah, it is just that we want to know who are the various people who have played the instruments and all that, composers and everybody. That format is oftentimes not present in the, especially it is not standardized, so it doesn't go into say iTunes or, I mean, iTunes, of course, these things are better, but other music systems are not really up to mark on that.
No, frankly, I've not thought much about it. I know nowadays, I think with the web and indexing, and YouTube and stuff like that, it is quite easy to find things. Of course, there are a lot of other hidden pieces of information which could be discovered. That's an interesting problem for sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Well, let me give it a thought. I don't have a good answer.
For gracing the occasion. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, my pleasure.
Hey, sir, am I audible?
Yeah.
First of all, thanks to IITM and congratulations to everyone. Shivkumar, sir, actually, I have 10 years of experience and looking to go for the PhD. Just now I got my master's. Shall I go for the PhD or MBA? Can you give some inputs in this perspective?
You're asking me whether you want to go for PhD. So look, I've done PhD and MBA, if it's any thing. Look, I think you should do studies if you enjoy it, right? So I always believe that you should enjoy what you want to do. If you just want to earn money, you can immediately get a job and you can earn a lot more money. By doing a PhD, you earn knowledge, right? So if you value knowledge, you should go for it. And so look, I think, as long as you go to a good group and work on interesting problems and you relish the depth and challenges that come with a PhD, long nights and long challenges, ahead in doing that, you get a lot of fulfillment. Of course, if you want to get into faculty jobs or, being the academic discipline, I think, of course, that's a requirement. So, so certainly, I would not discourage, but it's really a personal preference, right? So it's nothing, nothing specific I can say. But having done a PhD, you see, the reason I did an MBA was I did a startup during the bubble era, and then I soon discovered that I had no clue of business and stuff like that. So I decided I had a sabbatical coming up when I was a professor. So during my sabbatical, I just also signed up for an MBA. So yeah, at least so that I can at least learn the vocabulary and I can at least BS on all the key buzzwords and terms like that. But actually, I've learned a lot more about business actually after coming to industry, not just by doing an MBA. I feel MBA is more of a tricky choice unless it's with a great place. I would recommend being more selective in the schools if you want to consider an MBA.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yes, sir. Good evening, Chandra sir. I have just one question.
Yeah, Chandra, please go ahead. Yeah.
Hi, Shivkumar sir. Thank you for your
just call me
listening to it. I just have one question. You mentioned how most people in your batch went for hires, right? Whereas nowadays we see hardly any students go for hires and prefer taking up jobs, right? So comparing from your era to progressive transition where you have students taking up jobs. What do you see as the major reasons for this change personally?
Hey, look, I don't think it's any, deep reason, So when I got a job, just to give you a sense, right, the offer was either you take 7,000 rupee job outside, or you get a triple or quadruple when you go for higher studies, right? And you can get a higher study. So it's not like a very, deep philosophical reason. So the economics were just wildly tilted towards, one or the other. And right now it's flipped, right? So I feel fundamentally many of these things are at a gut level. Economic decision can explain a lot of this. But otherwise, I've always found that, I did enjoy learning more, and I did want to do higher studies in PhD. So to the extent that you have a passion for that, that should be a good reason to consider it, right? But otherwise, there's an opportunity cost of time and money, which is a serious consideration, right? So, so I don't think there is any, there's nothing to say be ashamed about and taking one choice or the other. I feel that there's a lot more entrepreneurial opportunities now than during the time when we graduated. So, so I feel that there's a lot more entrepreneurs that are likely to come out of your batch and so on than during our times. And the ecosystem is much better suited to serve that as well, right? So, so end of the day, you have to follow your passions, and you have a great start from IIT CS. Just make the best of all the opportunities in front of you, right? So I wouldn't worry too much about any deeper reasons for one or the other.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, cool.
So I see that Santosh Kumar, who is the recipient of many awards this year, I think he received 3 awards. He is also around. I somehow missed his name earlier. Santosh, do you want to speak?
Okay, the price of getting awards is to speak.
Okay,
Sorry, sir, I happened to join a bit late.
no issues. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, people seem to be asking insightful questions, so I'll keep it short. So, yeah, first off, I'd like to thank all professors in the department. I've had like exciting courses taught by all of you, and more specifically, I'd like to thank Professor Dr.Shivkumar, whom I've spent the most time with through my project courses and also being a TA for him. And then next I'd like to thank my friends from the department. Most of you guys are my juniors who I have good relations with. Yeah, would have liked it better to spend the last 2 semesters offline, but can't help it. And yeah. Finally, I'd like to thank my family, my parents and my sister.
Thank you. Yeah, we're also missing all of you. We would have liked to have you physically receiving the degrees in the convocation function or the D3P function, right? Hopefully next year we'll be able to do that. Yeah. Thank you, Santosh.
Thanks.
Yeah. Anyone else? Any questions?
So thanks for coming and talking to all of us. You said you were working with networking in the early days of the internet. What was that like?
It was super interesting. Yeah, I think many of the problems hadn't been really solved, and you discover new solutions, or you sort of brush shoulders with people who have come up with the seminal algorithms and things like that. So I distinctly remember going to a SIGCOMM conference. I'd gotten a student travel grant once and so on. So just just the it was a very thrilling time, right? To be honest, and of course, tremendous growth around that time. I also, my advisor, so Professor Rajain, who had done some of the seminal work on congestion control. Later, he was a SIGCOMM award for lifetime award recipient and so on. So it's just the ability to be able to contribute towards fast-growing field at that time. We never thought it would have the kind of impact it's had. And also to be able to brush shoulders with some of the very best and legends in the field like Windsurf or others, Leonard Kleinrock. I just got the opportunity to meet many of them just as in the natural course of things. So, and I thought I just read a queuing theory book and you'll go and show up and so on, right? Then later when I joined faculty, I then realized that the Resnick and Halliday, which we all use for our IIT preparations, that Robert Resnick was from RPI and stuff like that. So of course, he had passed away by the time I showed up there. But just the fact that, the people whom you have really admired or you get to know about or have done seminal contributions, you just come across directly, right? That's amazing. And also 1997, 98, like a huge amount of startups during that time, whether it was Netscape or just the entrepreneurial buzz was huge during those times. So very special time.
Yeah, that sounds pretty exciting.
Yeah. I did get a chance to meet Jeff Bezos and others. One of my friends, Anand Rajaraman, my classmates, had started a company called Jungly, and it was bought over by Amazon. So he asked me to come and visit Amazon. It was in 1999 that time, right? So you just get to, and he said, "Hey, here, meet Jeff," and stuff like that, right? So you get these sorts of things that you cherish over your lifetime, right?
Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Okay, if there are no questions, now I'd like to propose a vote of thanks. First of all, thanks a lot to Dr. Shivkumar for agreeing to be the chief guest of this D3P and also giving his speech and also message, and also for spending time to interact with the participant of this session. And of course, it's a lot of efforts from faculty and the staff of the department, who made a significant contribution in all these graduating students accomplishing whatever they have accomplished. So thanks a lot to all the faculty and the staff members of the department. For this particular D3P function, I would like to thank the team in Center for Continuing Education, Mr. Kannan Krishnamurthy and other colleagues of his, for all their assistance in video recording of the speeches by the head of the department and also the chief guest, and also putting together this presentation. A big thanks to Kannan Krishnamurthy and his team. And finally, I'd like to thank all our technical staff, Ravichandran, Sundaresan, Jai Ganesh, and Ratish, who have spent a lot of time in preparing this presentation. Thanks to all of them. Thank you everyone for joining this session. Congratulations to all the graduating students. Once again, all the best to all of them. Thank you.
Thanks everyone. And if you'd like to keep in touch, please do drop me a message on LinkedIn, and happy to connect.
Sure.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
And
hope to see you again
all
someday.
the very best.
Right. Bye.
Bye.